Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa man tamassaka bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin thumma amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah ala ni'mat al-Islam wa sunnah. All praise and thanks belong to Allah for guiding us to Islam and for guiding us to the Sunnah. Ya ibadullah, how important is unity to you, and upon what do you base it? When we reflect over the text of the Qur'an and the Sunnah and the way of the Salaf, we see that unity is something that is tremendously important and is something that has been stressed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His noble book, He says, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Allah Azza wa Jal, He says, وَاعْتَصِمُوا, hold on, all of you. This here, the khitab, is to all of us, collectively, together. It's to all of us. This within itself is an indication of unity, as we are all being addressed. All of you, hold on. All of you, hold on. وَاعْتَصِمُوا. This is a command. All of you, hold on. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ. So we are commanded now to hold on to the rope of Allah. So all of us collectively are commanded to hold on to one thing, and that is the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is another indication of unity, that we are all being addressed, one. We're all being told to hold on to one thing, the rope of Allah. Allah Ta'ala, He says, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. Hold on, all of you, together to the rope of Allah. To hold on, all of you, to the rope of Allah, and then together, جَمِيعًا, together, all of you, collectively. Hold on to the rope of Allah. So, we are all being addressed. This points to unity. We're being told to hold on to one thing. This points to unity. And then it is emphasized, jami'an, together. This also points to unity. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, and do not be separated. Do not divide. Do not be disunified. This is another indication of unity, because in commanding us not to break apart, not to separate, not to divide, the only way to implement that command is by being together. So this is another indication and something else in this verse that points us to unity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He stresses the fact that we have to be unified. So when we reflect upon this one verse, we see that unity is something that is tremendously important. We see that unity is something that is tremendously important. So, how important is unity to you? The answer to each and every individual should be tremendously important. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He emphasizes the fact that we are to be together and we are not to separate, we are not to divide. Now the question becomes, upon what do we come together upon? What is it that will unite us? Will we be united based upon the color of one's skin? Will we be united based upon the land of origin? Will we be united based upon the language that is spoken, a common language? Will we be united based upon a common political theory, stance, or understanding? And of course, when we look at these things, we realize the answer is no. Because each and every one of these things are things which by themselves are divisive and could be sources of division. So what is the only thing that could unite us? It is found in the verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not only does He tell us to unite, not only is it emphasized that we are to unite, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us exactly what will be that unifying factor. Exactly what will be that thing that will bring us all together. And that is the habl of Allah, That is the rope of Allah. That is the Qur'an. That is the Sunnah. That is the way of the Salaf of this Ummah. This is what's going to unite us together and bring us together as one. Nothing else will be able to bring about unity. Nothing else will be able to bring about unity. And anything else that will gather people, it will not unify them. Anything else that may gather people, it will not unify them. The only thing that will bring about a unity that is sustainable, then that is coming together upon the Book of Allah, the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon the understanding of the Sahaba and those who follow them upon good. This is the only thing that will bring us together. And as far as disunity is not in our best interest, but rather we are stronger together, but rather we will be able to go further together. It is incumbent that we realize the pitfalls of disunity, and we realize that disunity is in fact a disadvantage, and we realize the evils of disunity. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, khilafun sharr. He said that separation, differing, is evil. Differing is evil. Why? Because from the evil fruits, from the evil, bitter, and horrendous fruits of differing is that it will lead to disunity. It will be a cause of disunity. It will lead to separation. Khilafun sharr. Differing is evil. So it is incumbent for us to understand the reality of disunity. Disunity is evil when it means that we are disunited upon a manner that is blameworthy. It is incumbent that we understand the benefit of us coming together. It is incumbent that we understand the evils of us being separated. Now, when we understand that, then the question has to become, why is it that we have fallen into a culture, we have fallen into a manner, a way that is built upon disunity? The slightest provocation, and you find we break. When the only thing that should be a hindrance in the way of unity should be a lack of conformity to the book, the Sunnah, upon that which the companions were upon. Anything that conflicts with that, then this would be a cause of separation. But anyone who is upon the book, who is upon the Sunnah, who is upon the way of the Salaf of this Ummah, then our goal is to unite with that individual. Our goal is to find reasons to unite with that individual. Our goal is to remove those hindrances that will impede our uniting with that individual. It is incumbent that we understand this because we are stronger together. We are stronger together. So, although we may say, many of us may say, that unity is important, right? The question that I ask you to reflect upon is, if unity is so important, then why are we so easily divided? This is just food for thought. Until the next time, ila al-liqa, استودعكم الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.